And welcome back to Ship of Fools, a nautical D&D actual play podcast. My name is Hannah McLean, and I am, as always, your dungeon master on this nautical adventure. Joining me today, I have Andy Latai,
Finn Fisher,
Nolani Stevenson,
Regin Stockway,
and Taylor Wallace.
Malachi Kassir.
And we are back on the Lunluma Ocean. Just drawing it out.
I was just patting myself on the back for getting my accent right on the first try this time.
Wow, good for you. Okay, let's do a quick recap, and then we can dive right in. So, when we last left off, the party was separated, as they continue to be. We have a sort of dual man on the outside, man on the inside thing going on here.
Men on the inside, even.
Men on the inside, even, and men on the outside.
Oh, to have men on the outside and men on the inside.
Okay.
We should cut that one.
Finn is currently breaking into Dr. Retval's facility, accompanied by Ben and Shiloh, as the Archaeological Artificers Association launches a full-scale attack, ships, cannons, all that, everything, on the island itself. Ships, cannons, and a giant sea snake. Let's not forget that. Very important.
Sebastian!
Meanwhile, Finn and Ben and Shiloh are sneaking into the facility in an attempt to rescue any prisoners that are in there and hopefully get whatever information they can from Retval's kind of offices and technology labs and stuff like that, before the entire island is just blown up. Meanwhile, some of the aforementioned prisoners, Malachi and Regin, are breaking out along with Alden and Nira. And the four of them have been making their way through the kind of prison block down at the bottom of the facility. You guys had managed to make your way to find your stuff and to the kind of door that led out, where conveniently Finn and Ben and Shiloh's team managed to deactivate the anti-magic field downstairs and open the door that will let you out into the rest of the facility. Although this does seem to have also involved tripping an alarm of some sort, as there are definitely alarms blaring currently, and you can hear kind of the sounds of battle from above you. However, we are going to start by cutting back up to the top. So Finn, you and Ben and Shiloh are in this top control room. There's two like doors out of the room. One of them is the one that the soldiers, you watch the two Rorian guard who were stationed up here exit through. All constructs that were in this room have been deactivated, and the sort of like devils that were flying around outside have either been killed or flown away. You can hear sort of like sounds. There was cannon fire being exchanged, although now the tower cannons have been deactivated. And so there is just the sort of cannon fire from AAA's ships sort of battering into the facility, and the whole thing is kind of shaking a little bit. Although you can hear alarms from below and kind of the sounds of battle. Ben and Shiloh are kind of like both looking around. Shiloh is still like looking at all of the like machinery that's up here, kind of clearly trying to figure out if there's anything else to be done with it. Ben sort of like goes to the window and like looks down and then is like, yeah, where everybody's storming the beach, we should figure out a way down.
Yeah, is there a map anywhere here?
Great question.
Like just sort of a building layout?
There isn't like a very obvious one, but you can make an investigation check if you'd like.
7.
Okay. Finn, you kind of look around.
Wait, can Nurgle give me advantage and help me look?
Sure, yeah, this is something Nurgle can give advantage on.
8. Helped a little.
Cool. I think that with kind of looking around with an 8, you do find a kind of like very basic, like next to one of the doors, there is like a very simple diagram that is just kind of has like the label of like, so this is floor 4, the kind of control room. Floor 3 is labeled weapons and offices. Floor 2 is labeled laboratories. Floor 1 is labeled more offices. It doesn't say more, but it's just labeled offices. And then there's a basement level, which is labeled holding. And you, Finn, kind of scan all of these. It does not tell you, like, rooms and stuff like that, but it gives the sort of basics, what's on each floor. But you know the cannons are on floor 3, because they're the floor right below you. Finn, how many hit points do you have?
14.
Okay. Ben is going to come around and he's going to cure wounds you.
Ah.
He's going to give you a 2nd level cure wounds. Ooh. Take 18 more hit points, Finn.
Wow.
Wow.
Don't mind if I do.
And then he's also going to cure wounds himself. So that is 13 hit points back to him.
Ah, thank you. With you by my side, I'm unkillable.
Let's wait to make proclamations like unkillable until we're out of here.
Oh, I already made it.
Okay.
You can put that in the song.
Yeah, I will, for sure, once we're out of here unkilled. And then Shiloh's going to cure wounds herself.
Wow, all these people with cure wounds.
Yeah.
Get fucked, wounds.
Okay, she just regains 8 hit points.
Oh.
Honestly, wounds can pound sand.
Wow.
So true.
Alright, so I turn to Ben and Shiloh, and I'm like, alright, basement cells, that's where they'll be holding the prisoners, so that's where we need to go. Shiloh, any chance there's any sort of big red open all the cells button on that control board?
She, like, scans it again, and she's like, no. So, but
Damn.
Probably there'll be a guard with keys, or we can break through the doors, or something.
Right,
now
yeah.
that the anti-magic field's deactivated, it should be easier. But yeah, let's head downstairs kind of as quickly as possible. And Ben sort of, like, nods, and he's like, yeah, then we can start figuring out how to get out of here.
Yeah. So you said there's the one door that the guard exited through, and the other door, do we know anything about?
Yeah, I don't think there's a label or anything. It's just a door.
Alright, I open that door with my mage hand from
Okay.
a distance and see what's behind it.
Go to open the door with your mage hand. You see that it is, in fact, locked, but it's locked from the inside, so you can just, like, unlock it. You unlock it with your mage hand, you open it, and you find that there is a staircase that leads downward, but kind of from down the stairs, you can hear the sounds of, like, voices and, like, shouting.
I use my mage hand to open the other door.
You use your mage hand to open the other door. A similar situation, a set of stairs that go down, voices and shouting again, although that seems like, this one, it seems like the noises are coming from closer. Like, the other staircase, it almost sounds like it's, like, maybe a few levels down, whereas this staircase seems like it's maybe the level right below. And this sounds more like, the first staircase, it sounds like battle sounds. This staircase sounds more like you're hearing an argument.
Ooh, let's go to the argument stairs. That could be fun.
Okay.
Alright, Ben, you want to go mediate a conflict? And by mediate, I mean probably kill them both.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Cool. Do you want to try and sneak down the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I don't want to... I am in a hurry, but I do want to be kind of stealthy.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Dirty 20.
Okay. The 3 of you start to make your way down the stairs toward the sound of the argument. As you sort of, like, start to get closer, you're kind of leading the way, Finn, you can hear that it sounds like there is an argument going back and forth about whether or not they should stay here and attempt to fix the cannons, or whether they should be going downstairs to join the rest of the fight. It seems like there's, like, maybe not a, like, commanding officer here, so there's a sort of, like, argument going back and forth between the soldiers, and someone else is like, we should go back upstairs, we need to get the place up and running again, and the others are responding like, no, like, those people came, like, flying in out of nowhere, I don't even know how many of them there are. There's, like, an argument going back and forth between, I think you can hear, like, at least 4 distinct voices.
I turn to Shiloh. When they talk about repairing the cannons, I turn to Shiloh and I'm like, hey, did we, like, damage the controls beyond all repair? Because we should.
Yeah, I mean, you'd need someone to be working on them with more time than what they're going to have before this whole place is, flames.
Okay, good. All right, just make sure someone's not just going to run in after us and flip it back to the on switch.
Yeah, no, it's not just a switch. I, like,
All right, great.
cut a whole bunch of wires and stuff.
In that case, let's make the decision easy for these guys.
Okay.
Do you have any cool opening move, or should I just go in and start blasting?
I support you going in and starting blasting. Yeah, I also will start blasting.
All right.
Great.
All right. I jump into the room, and I shout, "Reach for the sea, dirtbags!"
Cool. You guys all rolled well enough on stealth to get a surprise round. You see that there are 4 guys in here. 2 members of the Rorian Guard and 2, like, normal guards. Okay, Finn, initiative.
17.
Cool. And did you roll for Nurgle?
One might even call that.
Nat 20 for Nurgle on
Wow. Okay.
I was gonna say one might even call it Finishitive.
Wow. One might.
initiative. Yes, indeed, one might. One shall.
Okay, Finn, you are actually up first. You see these guys Nurgle is up first.
Do we get a surprise round on this?
Yeah, you do. You all rolled high
okay,
enough on stealth. Even with Shiloh's disadvantage, you all rolled high enough on stealth to beat their passive perception, especially because they were engaged in a conversation. And, so you see a room with several, like, arcane cannons that are aimed out of these little, arrow slits, basically, in the wall. All of them are non-functional at best and smoking slightly at worst. It looks like there were definitely more guys in here, and some of them have already gone down. You see another door with, like, more stairs leading down, kind of on the other side of the room. And that door is open. And it kind of seems like these 4 guys were the ones who were maybe left behind, for whatever reason. But they are all kind of, like, turning to face you now.
Nobody likes them.
Yeah. Make whatever assumptions you will.
They're the least popular guards in this stronghold. All right, yeah, so I jump out, fingers glowing with Eldritch Blast, and I say, "Before I start, I'm giving you all one chance to throw down your arms and renounce your loyalty."
I would allow an intimidation check with disadvantage.
11.
You see them all sort of, like, look between each other, and then sort of, like, look at you guys, and then one of the Rorian guards says to the others, like, "These were the guys who burst in upstairs and scared you so much you came running down here?" And the other guy's like, "They've got magic, they were invisible, it's pretty scary." None of them seem inclined to...
Okay, I Eldritch Blast the one who was rude.
Great. Is Nurgle giving you help on this? Because technically it's Nurgle and then you.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Nurgle gives me the help action.
Great.
That's a 24 and a 22 to hit.
Both hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
17 altogether.
Cool. You, like, blast him backward, immediately looking, like, quite hurt, as he sort of, like, takes a few steps back and is like, okay, so maybe they are scary.
Boo!
Because this is a surprise round, next is Shiloh. She's going to go ahead and aim...
Next is my bonus action.
God, you're so right. You're so right.
And a tentacle appears out of the middle of the floor, and it slaps the rude guy.
Sure, go for it.
14 to hit.
14 does not hit. These guys do have some armor.
It attempts to slap the rude guy.
But it's scary looking. Okay, Shiloh's gonna firebolt him, and see if that does it. Ooh, that'll hit. She does 7 damage. He is still up, but is definitely, like, very injured. Ben is gonna try and kill him with vicious mockery. So he will kind of, like, lean out from behind you guys and just sort of look at this guy and be like, "Sure you want to miss the chance to surrender?" This guy's gonna make a wisdom saving throw.
Ben, tell them that they're the least popular guards.
Finn, that seems like you're making a lot of assumptions about them, just sort of the reasons why people might be left up here.
I can tell.
Wow. This guard unfortunately does so well on his wisdom saving throw. And just sort of, like, shrugs it off.
If he's wise, why is he a guard?
So true.
I'm a paladin because I'm stupid.
But,
and charismatic.
That is you again, Finn, Nurgle, and then you.
Oh, yeah.
Back at the top of the first proper round.
How damaged does this guard look?
He looks like 1 hit would do it, unless you rolled awful.
All right, I slap him with my tentacle.
Okay.
18 to hit.
Hits.
7 damage.
Beautiful. He had 6 hit points.
Haha.
So you smack this guy with your tentacle, and he immediately drops to the ground, and now all the others look really alarmed. You still have your action.
Yeah, and I'm going to use that action to Eldritch Blast.
Sick. Do you want to go for, there's the 2 normal guards, or there's the 1 Rorian guard left?
The Rorian Guard.
Great.
23 and 16.
The 23 will hit. The 16 actually will not.
No. 15 damage.
Wow. Oh my god. Okay.
Big rolls.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Again, this bolt of eldritch energy goes slamming into him, kind of like right below the throat, and he kind of is like knocked back, winded a bit. The 2 normal guards are both going to, on their turn, make a run for it. They're going to...
Aha, they're cowards. This is why they got left behind.
Run out the door, full dash action downstairs. That's going to be Shiloh's turn. She's going to try Firebolt again. That'll hit. So that does... Wow. Terrible damage roll. Only 5 damage to this guy. Ben is going to forsake Vicious Mockery and just stab him with his sword. So... Okay, I rolled a nat 1. So... forget that. He's doing his best. This guy... The guard is going to... he's just going to attack. He's going to make his attacks on Ben because Ben's the one who's in melee. 1 hit. Ben takes... Continued bad damage rolls. Only 4 damage from that.
Aha, maybe they left you behind because you're bad at dealing damage.
Maybe it's because I've been shot.
Honestly, there's too many options to choose from.
Finn, that is your turn again.
Poor conversationalist, bad hygiene.
Okay.
Any of these hitting
If
home?
you're going to kill me, I don't think you need to insult me along the way.
Yeah, but I might as well.
This guy really sounds like he's dying.
How dead is he? Do I think 1 tentacle hit could do it?
It would have to be a really, really good tentacle hit. I don't know how much damage your tentacle does.
1d8.
Then no.
Alright, so I'm Eldritch Blasting him.
Cool.
21 and 23.
Yeah, those will both hit.
17.
Gone. You send these 2 blasts of energy into him, and he collapses to the floor. However, you can hear more noises kind of like coming from down the stairs. As once again, you're kind of hearing the sounds of battle on the lower floors. The whole building kind of continues to be rocked by cannon fire.
Then I turn to Ben and Shiloh, and I'm like, all right, we got runners. And I want to chase the others down the stairs.
Okay, cool. You can do that. It is kind of like a spirally stair. So the issue is you, like, don't have line of sight on them because they ran the sort of, like, full 60 feet away.
Can I try to ricochet an Eldritch Blast off the wall and just see what happens?
You know, it doesn't specify that you need to see it. You're definitely supposed to have a line of effect, but because it doesn't specify sight, and they are within 120 feet, I would allow Eldritch Blast attack rolls at disadvantage.
All right.
Okay.
I already used my action this turn, but good to know.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, as you kind of, like, go to give chase, because basically they ran 60 feet, and then on their turn, we're essentially leaving initiative because there's not really enough room for them to run without, like, it being a whole different encounter.
Okay.
So, I would say you have time to, like, get off another set of Eldritch Blast shots behind them as they're running down the stairs before they will get to wherever they're going.
All right, I do.
Okay.
And I want to use Durgle to give me advantage on this.
Sure. That one of them, your first one, cancels out to flat.
19.
A 19 does hit. Yeah.
And a 26
Wow.
on the disadvantage.
Wow.
I rolled a 20 and a 19.
Yeah,
Oh
both
my
of them
God.
hit. You can go ahead and roll damage.
26 altogether. Or I guess 12 and 14.
Yeah. You hear a...
I fire these off and I say over my shoulder, boy, I hope Regin and Malachi aren't coming up these stairs.
I was gonna say, Hannah, if you let him do all of this, and then it turns out that it's us down there, I will just about shit.
It'd be really, really funny. You hear a sort of like sound, you hear one of them hit and a like, ah, and then the other one hits and there's a, ah, and you hear kind of like somebody collapse to the stairs below you as the kind of footprints of the other one continue to descend.
8-ball corner pocket.
As you kind of like start to go to figure out your next move, we are going to cut back down to the basement. So the other 4 of you, you guys are in this basement. The, like, blast door has slid up. You are no longer in an anti-magic field. All of the constructs have kind of, like, fallen to the ground around you, and the one sort of, like, weird, mutated frog beast that was down here is dead.
So dead.
You all sort of take a second and look at each other. And Nira basically starts to go up to the door and puts her hand on the handle. And then she's actually gonna go ahead and listen for a second.
Oh, there's a door at the top of the stairs?
Mm-hmm. The one that, like, the blast door had slid down over, that has now slid up.
God, I love Star Wars.
Yeah, so she sort of, like, presses her ear to the, like, crack in the door, as one does. And she sort of looks back at you guys and she's like, okay, there's some sort of a battle going on. I'm hearing cannon fire and shouting, and...
That'd be Finn then, is my guess.
That would be my guess as well.
Probably good news for us.
Yeah.
Finn loves to fire cannons.
Big cannon guy.
It doesn't sound like it's right on the other side of this door, so I think we should be
hope
safe
not.
to open this door, but then we're going to need to find an exit quickly.
Right. Well,
the captain's Kassir are strategizing. How fucked up is Alden?
He has, like, 14 hit points.
I'm gonna go ahead and gently cup the side of his face with one of my hands, as one does.
As one does.
And
just boys being boys.
Shoot him a little cure woundy.
Delightful.
That's 8 points back.
Cool. He regains 8 hit points. You see, he sort of, like, raises his eyebrows at you, and he's like, healing magic. I don't remember you, mentioning that.
Yeah, I've been through a bit of a character arc since the last time you saw me.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's weird.
Congratulations.
Thank you, I think. You're gonna be alright.
Yeah, let's just figure out a way out of here. Cool. Nira is like, okay, we're all good? Okay. And she's just going to, like, cautiously open the door. Actually, you know what? I keep on forgetting that your sister is an artificer because she's so rogue in my head. I think she's going to cure wounds you because she's concerned about you. And she's just going to give you a first level cure wounds because she doesn't have that many slots.
that's all I was gonna do.
So you get 9 hit points back, Malachi.
Cool. Thanks, Nira.
Don't thank her yet. She's the reason we're in this shithole.
So she sort of, like, looks back at the rest of you and kind of sees, like, Regin healing Alden, and she, like, reaches out her hand at Malachi and does this very, like, very sisterly, like, she's, like, rubbing soot off your cheek, only it's, like, blood. She just sort of, like, reaches out and rubs the blood off your cheek.
I kind of, like, look away as she does it, like, to remove her hand after she...
And you kind of feel this, like, shock of, almost like electrical, yeah, like a slight, like, burn, almost, of healing.
Ow!
I scoff quietly.
And she
Fucking derivative.
kind of, like, nods, and she's like, okay, everybody good? Okay. And she's gonna go ahead and just open the door and let you guys out into the, rest of the facility. You see that you have come up kind of on the first floor here. This door sort of opens into a small room that clearly is like that normally there would be a guard posted here. You can see there's like a chair and some like weapons and stuff like that in this room. Except that currently there is no guard in it. And there is like another door on the far side. And you guys can sort of like see that door is actually a little bit ajar. And sort of from just your general perceptions and listening, it sounds like most of the battle sounds that you're hearing are kind of to the left. And then to the right is like a lot quieter, and there isn't as much sounds of battle coming from there. Nira sort of like creeps forward and actually pulls the door shut, kind of like closing you guys in this little room. And she sort of looks back and she's like, fuck, okay. So the main entrance is definitely to the left, where all the sounds of fighting are coming from, which makes sense. I think there's gotta be all kinds of back exits to this place. I think we should try and sneak around back and go through one of those, because I'm pretty sure if we try and just bust our way out the front, we are just going to end up getting killed.
We have stuff to find anyways. We're going to the right.
Okay, great. Glad we're all agreed. She opens the door again, and you guys sort of sneak out into this hallway.
Hannah, is there like a mini fridge or like a little black and white TV in here?
Yeah.
With like the game on?
There is kind of...
There's a half-eaten sloppy Joe on the counter.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a table that has like a lantern on it, and like a half-finished book, it looks like, that got like kind of discarded here, and like a fantasy granola bar with a couple bites taken out of it.
I take the fantasy granola bar.
Awesome.
And I give it to Alden.
Great. He takes it. He's not going to eat it right now, but he takes it.
That's fine.
You like Nature's Valley, Alden? Well, you better.
Cool. You guys, so I'm saying sneak. Assuming that you want to kind of avoid drawing the attention of the main battle, I need stealth checks from Team Basement.
Well, I still don't have disadvantage.
So true, actually.
I got 7 stealth.
Okay.
Don't need disadvantage. With my dex mod, that's a 3.
Wow, great.
Malachi's not used to moving without the weight.
We're just leaving such a massive trail of Nature Valley crumbs. Crunching.
Nira got like a
noises.
22, and
Wow.
Alden got like a 16, so they're sort of balancing you guys out a bit to the group in general moving fairly quietly. You make your way off to the right, and after a couple of turns, you find a staircase leading up. And kind of like just as you're starting to go up this staircase, you hear kind of like shouts coming from above and the sound of running feet. You see 2 guards come around the edge of the staircase just in time to see one of them get shot in the back with 2 kind of bolts of magical energy. And he kind of like
Malachi
goes
goes,
tipping over. This other guard starts running toward you guys and just kind of spots you as Malachi and Regin are chomping on the Nature Valley bar or whatever you said you were doing. And he sort of like stops short on the steps and kind of like starts to yell something. Yeah, everybody go ahead and roll initiative for me to make sure you guys can act before he does.
Should I roll, or am I still my previous?
Not you, you're still at the top of the stairs.
21.
Ooh, it's gonna be 18.
Beautiful. Regin, you are first.
Oh.
Kill him!
Yeah, okay, I will close distance and I will go ahead and try to decapitate this man's.
Sick. Go ahead and roll an attack.
16 to hit.
Ooh, just hits.
Nice. And 9 damage.
Okay. He is immediately, you attempted to decapitate him, almost manage it.
Huh.
But he is
You do sever his vocal cords.
still standing. Gross. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanna make it so that he cannot scream.
No screaming coming out of there.
I turned to Ben. Oh no, do you hear that? It sounds like an alarm gurgle.
Malachi, that's you.
Alright. Oh yeah, that's gonna hit. 23.
Cool. Roll your damage.
9 damage.
Beautiful.
On my first hit.
Yeah, he's dead.
Sweet.
You finish the decapitation.
I high five Regin.
You guys absolutely murder this guard. Both of you saw you can see the body of the other guard a little ways up the stairs, and the kind of
We
like,
saw the little aquamarine.
yeah, the telltale smoking from the back.
Well, I don't want to get attacked when we run up the stairs. Regin, can you message him?
Oh!
I'm gonna kill the next person that comes up these stairs. I swear to God, I'll do it.
You hear a distant ringtone noise, like when you have your friend call your phone that you know is somewhere in the room.
Oh.
That's me messaging you.
Oh, sorry, I gotta take this, Ben. Hello?
Take your time.
Hey, Fane!
Reagan, what's up?
It's your buddy Regin. Hey, you wouldn't happen to be standing at, like, the top of a flight of stairs right now, would you?
Yeah.
And, like, did you, like, maybe just shoot 2 guys?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Well, I'm not sure. I can't really see from here what I hit.
Oh,
but...
okay, great, good to know. So, Super, don't shoot again yet.
Ooh, okay.
And if you see a hand poking up, that will be me.
Oh, wait, like you're here at the bottom of the stairs?
Well, I'm hoping it's the same staircase. Let's find out. I stick my little fingies up.
Do I see his little fingers?
Yeah, from the top of the spiral staircase.
The littlest fingies.
You see a hand stick out and some little fingies kind of waggling.
I turn to Ben. Those are his fingies!
Oh, thank God!
And I run down and I hug Reagan.
I scoop Finn up. I hold him like koala.
Oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? I found you. We have to go find Malachi. Oh, Malachi!
Oh, Finn, thank God. I scoop up both of them.
I hug Malachi.
I hold you both aloft in the air for a second.
Malachi, are you okay? We have to go find Alden. Oh my God, Alden!
Yeah, you see...
Oh yeah, don't shoot at her right now. We're using her to get out.
Oh. Yeah, I see Nira and I instantly am like, eyes narrowed, hackles up. I don't like her. I don't like to see her.
Grr, bark, bark. Grr, bark.
Nira is kind of like holding back her arms sort of like crossed across her chest, and she sort of immediately takes the job of keeping watch on the bottom of the staircase. You see Shiloh kind of like pushes past you guys and just sort of like Alden like kneels down so she can like grab him, and she just like holds him and is like, oh my God, okay. And she like pulls back and she like pats his face and like puts her hands on his shoulders and like,
They make out.
Okay,
Platonically.
she's gonna cure wounds him right away. He gets another 7 hit points. Ben sort of like leans around the rest of you, and he's sort of like keeping an eye behind you as Nira's keeping an eye at the bottom of the stairs, and they sort of like make eye contact with each other basically
they're friends. I forgot.
over the course of over the stairs as he's up at the top and she's at the bottom, and she sort of like gives this kind of awkward wave, and Ben's like, hi. And she's like, hi. We can talk once we're not on a back staircase in this place.
Finn, do you have any intel?
So I brought AAA. We're storming the castle right now, and me and Shiloh just shut down the cannons upstairs, so they're pretty much defenseless. I mean, I feel pretty good. I was here to find you, and check.
Well, we still don't have Nell, so...
Yeah, Shiloh like...
I look around, and I'm like, oh my God, you're right!
Yeah.
I thought they were just being stealthy.
No, yeah, we don't have them, and we don't have... Reagan and I don't have our focuses.
Oh, you want to, like, meditate for a little? You think that would help you get it back?
No, I have ADHD, Finn. That doesn't do anything.
There is like another big blast of cannon fire, and you guys feel the whole facility kind of shake. It does that thing where there's like ceiling crumbs falling down on you.
Not the ceiling crumbs!
And Ben sort of like looks concerned. Again, he's up at the top of the stairs. He sort of like looks down at the array of you, and he's like, we don't have a lot of time here. I have an idea that might not be anything, but we weren't able to sending you guys, he's looking at Alden, we weren't able to sending you guys while you were captured because there was some sort of shield over this place and over you while you were being transported, but now that we've taken down a whole bunch of magical defenses, and even besides that, now that we're in the same place, I would wonder if I'd be able to sending Nell and see if I can figure out where they are, so we at least know where to go.
You could certainly try.
If you think it's worth a shot, I'll give it a shot.
Or, depending how close, Reagan could even try messaging.
Yeah, I can. I'll
Right?
send out a little radar.
Oh, no, you can do it through solid objects only if you know it's beyond the barrier. So
That's
I don't
what
know.
I was gonna say. Yeah, message you sort of have to know location.
the way in which what we just did should not have worked.
Yeah, you knew general location from the Eldritch Blasts. Ben's like, okay, it's my last spell slot that's this high level, but I think it's worth a shot.
We need to get Nell, so
Great.
if possible.
He closes his eyes for a second. There's this, like, very tense few seconds as you all watch, and then you see Ben kind of, like, grin. And he goes, okay, they're alive. Shoot. All right, they're up on the 3rd floor. The best exit, they say, is going to be on the 2nd floor through the workshop, and it might be kind of tricky to find. We don't have a lot of time here. I think we need to split up.
Why are they being kept on the 3rd floor?
We just spent 2 episodes doing that.
Well, but hang on. Why don't I take Alden and Shiloh? And Alden and Shiloh are like, yeah, we're going to get Nell. Why don't I take them, and the 3 of us will go up and get Nell, and you guys can figure out your way through the workshop.
Did they say anything about why they're up there, or if anyone's with them?
25 words. There wasn't a lot of... But they said Retval isn't with them.
Okay.
I don't know where he is. Hopefully dealing with the adventurer.
Hopefully
but,
not where we're headed, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
All right, the laboratory?
Yeah, I guess that plan works.
Okay.
If you think you'll have no trouble getting Nell.
What floor are we on?
I don't know if we'll have trouble, but yeah. So you guys are sort of on the staircase. So as you were, I didn't want to interrupt your reunion by describing it. But you essentially, you guys basically, like, have met in the middle, and there is, like, a door, that based on kind of positioning and where you're at, you would estimate goes onto something on the 2nd floor. In order to get to the 3rd floor, they're gonna have to go up and back into the gun room and, like, find a different way down.
Yeah.
But this door that's kind of like here on this back staircase with you guys should take you into something on the 2nd floor.
Okay. I'm gonna message Alden just to have a line of communication.
Cool. Do you say anything?
I'm in your heart and in your mind.
Wow. Delightful. I'm honored.
Yeah, you should be. That's never the response I get.
He, like, laughs a little and claps your shoulder. And then the 3 of them sort of, like, give you guys a nod, and Ben, Shiloh, and Alden all go back up the stairs.
Why do I have a terrible feeling about this?
They should take my sister.
Nira sort of, like, looks, and she's like, I don't really want to leave you.
That's funny.
Air horns go off in the distance.
That's fine. We'll probably need a lockpick anyways.
I mean, I can go with them if you think that's best, but
No, Shiloh can take care of doors
Okay,
for them. We will need you to do that for us, probably.
She nods, and she goes to try the doorknob of the, like, door that's immediately right here, and she's like, oh, yeah, you need a lockpick immediately. And she will sort of kneel down and start working on picking this lock.
As she's doing that, I look over Finn. You're fine. Did you get attacked on the way in?
Yeah, but I got healed. Nothing I couldn't handle. You know, I'm just...
Yeah, you look okay.
Oh, man, God, I'm just glad we're back together.
I glance at Regin real quick, too. He looks fine for now, actually. I think we're all okay for now.
And Nira, is she... What's her deal right now?
She's working with us on the escape.
Okay.
She got us both out of the cell, and hopefully can get us out of here, but after that...
All right. I telepathically message Nurgle. Nurgle, get ready to go for the eyes, just in case.
As I went to do that screech, I was like, I don't know if I can do this right now.
Nurgle's distressed.
Nurgle's having a very quiet episode. He's just silently. Okay, cool. After a few minutes, after like a few seconds of kind of fiddling with the lock, you guys hear it click open. And Nira sort of like looks over her shoulder and she's like, okay, who wants to go first?
I'll go. Malachi will walk out first.
Unsurprising.
Ah, I missed him.
Oh, fuck, I don't have the highest AC anymore. That's okay, he's used to it, so he's gonna do it on instinct.
Okay. You push open the door and kind of cautiously step inside, and Do you guys want to kind of, like, step in quickly and shut the door behind you, or are you sort of, like, lingering in the doorway?
If we can't hear anyone in the stairway, then I think it's fine if we linger a bit.
Okay. So you open the door into a pretty spacious room that is clearly some sort of laboratory. Specifically, what you notice, it's dark. There's no light source in here. Is the first thing that you notice. Those of you who have dark vision and with your
I did grab my dark vision cat eye sunglasses back from the room.
yeah. So with those of you who have dark vision, which is all of you,
I open the door and I flick my sunglasses down.
you can sort of make out the shapes of what look like there's some jars. You see some, like, lining the walls. You see a whole bunch of cages, which seem to have a various kind of number of creatures in them. You see one kind of like this bird with like colorful feathers and like big flapping wings, but you see that it has the head of like a cat, the head of a cat and the body of this like rainbow bird.
Yes! Chimerical atrocities, yes!
You see,
How rude! He's not atrocity, he's beautiful.
you see another cage kind of like right next to this like very beautiful cat bird thing. There's another cage that appears to just have this like amorphous blob in it
Now that's an atrocity.
with eyes on stalks like sticking out of the top of it.
Wow.
Cute.
You see that there are, again, just kind of like cages filled with these like same looking sorts of creatures. Some of
There's
whom,
one that's like a big whitish dog that has long brown hair.
no.
In a little girl's voice?
Some of these animals seem to be like fine and are kind of like moving around and like look toward you guys as there's like a source of movement in the room. Others seem to be like not moving. There are also a number
Oh my
of like
god, there's an Andalite.
jars filled with like strange colored fluids. You see there's definitely a brain floating in a jar in here.
Reagan, did he have you jizz in a jar last time you were here?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh wait, you weren't here, never mind.
There's definitely like other like body parts floating in jars. I think, Reagan, your eyes would be drawn to, there are a kind of collection of dragon scales in like one of those pin boxes like people use for like dead bugs and stuff like that. There's like a bunch of dragon scales in a bunch of different colors up on the wall.
Finn, you want to ping a detect magic?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I turn on detect magic.
Yeah, you turn on detect magic. All kinds of magic going on in here. There are, for one thing, several of the cages are like magic themselves. Some of the animals radiate magic. Basically, almost everything in here has some sort of spell on it or is an innately magical thing.
That's a big ol' yes, Malachi.
Would our focuses give off like a specific type of magic at all, or?
They probably would with the way that I tend to talk about them. You do not pick up anything that feels familiar in here, Finn.
Okay.
Not even Nurgle?
Nurgle's here. On the far side of the room, you can see another door that kind of like leads on. And then can I also get perception checks from everybody to see if you notice anything beyond all of this?
10.
6.
I also got a 10, unfortunately.
Okay.
Also, are any of these animals aquatic?
Yes. Sure. Yeah, there's like a tank with like a fucked up, like floating fish thing.
Ask if it'll help us.
Yeah, I want to talk to it, but you can do your perception check first if you want, or I can do this
With
now.
those perception checks, you guys don't get anything more than what I've already described.
Okay, so I want to telepath to the floating fish thing.
Uh-huh.
And just ask, hey, what's all this then?
It is like, looks like a like fish with legs is essentially kind of what you're looking at.
Blasphemous.
Yeah, it's got these like stubby little legs that come out of it, but it is very clear, like, other than that, it looks like a flounder or something. And it just goes, hi.
Finn suddenly understands evolution as he looks at this.
It finally clicks. What do you mean? I live here.
Were you born here?
No.
Who did this to you?
someone else.
Oh. Do you like being here?
Not really. I'd like to be in the ocean.
Okay. I go over and pick up the tank. I'm taking him with me.
Awesome. You pick up the tank that has the fish in it. You guys, have you all kind of like stepped into the room?
I guess I let them in behind me.
Regin is probably a little bit lingering in the doorway because he's really, actually, sincerely having a bit of a crisis seeing all of this.
I want to walk into the room before they all do, though, and just, like, peep and make sure Retval's not hiding under a table or something.
Cool. You sort of step in, and Finn is, like, going over to this fish thing, and there isn't kind of any immediate danger, and so you sort of... Nira doesn't like having the open door to the stairwell where there were guards, so she's going to pull it shut behind her. And you guys are in this room, and Malachi, as you are sort of like looking around and scanning something that hadn't been evident to you guys immediately, but you hear a low brrrr, almost like a growl.
Big cat, there's a cat in here. I'm going to pet the cat.
Finn, at the same time, you kind of notice that one of the cages, it looks like, actually doesn't have any sort of magic on it, and also the door is a little bit open, and something is missing, and you kind of quickly realize that this is in fact one of the bigger cages, and it's at this moment when all of you see kind of like moving out of the shadows of this room, basically creeping its way from between two of the other cages, is this enormous kind of panther-like being. It looks like a panther, but much bigger than any other sort of like jungle cat you guys have seen. It has these big, sharp, like saber-tooth fangs, and perhaps most notably, its tail, which is like sticking up behind it, has a giant eyeball on the end of the tail, which is kind of like snapping back and forth,
funky,
clearly looking for prey as it stalks out and begins to kind of like stalk around you guys, clearly thinking that it has found its next source of prey. Everybody can go ahead and roll initiative for me.
What the fuck?
Does this thing look wise, by the way?
I simply cannot tell you that.
How big did you say this is?
Bigger than a normal panther. It is size large.
Oh, it's large.
Oh, wow.
large.
9 for me.
11.
8. And Nurgle got 15.
Wow.
Good for Nurgle.
Let me roll for my guys.
I'm sorry, guys, plural?
Nira is also one of my guys.
Oh.
And you don't know. Maybe there's another one.
Does it have eyes on its head, too, or just on the tail?
It does have eyes on its head also, yes.
Damn it.
Is that a problem?
Fucked up.
Yeah, I was just going to cut off the tail so it couldn't see us.
Yeah, that does seem sort of like a blinking vulnerable point in the boss battle here.
It's true.
Although if it's used to seeing with the tail, too, maybe cutting off its tail will give it disadvantage or something. I don't know.
I feel like its tail, like, has a different type of sight, you know?
Maybe so.
Because you don't have a third eye for just no reason.
For seeing behind you.
Wow.
They've got predator forward-facing eyes.
Okay, first person to act is actually Nira. She is going to back up to the edge of this room. The room is about 30 feet long, and the creature has now kind of paced from and is basically standing in front of the door on the other side of the room. So it is like 25 feet from where you guys entered, and probably about 20 feet from where like Malachi and Finn are standing, and 30 feet from where Regin is standing, because Regin, you were like back by the, as close to the door as you could be. Nira's gonna back up, so she's also 30 feet from it, and she is going to go ahead and take shots at it with her crossbow. Okay, one of those will hit, so she does 10 damage to this guy, and then she is going to go ahead and just like duck behind some things and take cover. That is going to be Nurgle's turn.
Huh, I did tell him to go for the eyes before. I'm gonna have him prepared to give me advantage.
Sick. He flaps over and starts kind of like flapping his wings around. Malachi, that is you. However, because you are within 20 feet of this creature, you hear, as you're getting close to it, you are able to see that, like, there's this sort of energy that's, like, radiating off of it. And, Finn, you actually would detect a sort of, like, that this is another kind of inherently magical creature, as you maybe could tell from the description, etc.
I figured.
But Malachi, you hear a sort of like high-pitched ringing in your ears. I need a wisdom saving throw from you at the top of your turn.
Evil. Here I am thinking about making this thing make a wisdom saving throw.
Wow.
Oh wait, and I have my aura. Good
Yeah.
for me. Even without the aura, it's a 20. But
Cool. So with the aura, it's 24. You pass. You shake your head and brush off the high-pitched ringing. And you can take your turn as normal.
that was weird. Yeah, I mean, you didn't ask to be made, but
It definitely looks like it would like to eat you.
does it look like it would understand me if I spoke?
You can. I will allow an insight check or an arcana check.
I rolled a 2.
So you have no idea.
I pull out a meat muffin from my backpack.
Sure.
And toss it forward as an object interaction.
Okay. You see the creature its eyes follow the movement, but then it, like, looks back up at you.
Doesn't like the smell of meat, huh? I'm trying to figure out if I command this thing, if it's stupid enough to fail it. I just don't want to waste a spell slot if it can't understand me. Or if it's really wise. How far out of the cage is it?
It looks like it broke out of the cage a while ago and was laying in wait for something to come through so it could attack.
Oh, it broke out, so the cage is broken?
I don't think you can entirely assess whether the cage could... It is not, like, mangled, but I think the lock might be. But I think you'd have to get closer to see.
The tiger. He is breaking out of his cage. Yes. Yes.
But it's more than, like, 10 feet away from the cage?
No, the room is small enough that it's probably within 10 feet of the cage.
I feel bad attacking this thing, even though I'm sure it's what it's going to do to us.
It doesn't look like there's any human in here, if that helps. This is just a...
That makes it worse, Hannah. You know I have no problem hurting humans.
So true.
Yeah, this is just a kitty, Hannah. Probably looks like a giant prowl with an eyeball in its tail.
Yeah. It is pretty cute, actually.
Why would you say that, Hannah?
Oh man, Hannah, how am I'm supposed to chop up this kitty? What's wrong with you?
Maybe I should have... If only it had rolled higher initiative, I bet you'd feel less bad about attacking it then.
I would still feel bad. That's what cats do. And it's large, so it's probably stronger than me, so I can't even grapple it.
You're making a lot of assumptions.
I have some bullshit. Can I look at the other animals in the cages real quick and shout dinner and see if they react at all?
Just in common, you're just shouting dinner?
Yeah. To see if any of them understand human language or humanoid language.
I think... Make me an animal handling check, frankly.
Oh boy. 16.
Okay. Some of them react to your voice, but it is like something odd is going on here. A person they've never seen before has come in here and is shouting now. Like I don't think you see a reaction that's like, I have human intelligence.
I understand what's going on.
Yeah, it is more just like the way that animals react to interesting things that they're not used to.
We left the bodies of the guards down the stairs, right?
Yeah.
I just don't want to kill this thing.
Fascinating.
It's not its fault.
Wow.
Hannah, I don't know how you didn't see this coming.
Fuck it. If I'm not going to do command, maybe I'll do speak with animals. I'm going to try it. I'm going to cast speak with animals.
Okay. Actually, before you do that, make me a nature check.
Okay. 13.
Okay. You you're an Ancients paladin. You know kind of like animals well enough, and you've spent all that time kind of on your own living with them. This thing does not look like any animal you've ever seen. Like, you don't know, you can't know with a glance whether this thing is like inherently extraplanar or whether it once was an animal that has been like horribly corrupted by magic, or like what exactly its deal is. But I am telling you that its creature type is not beast. And so speak with animals would be useless.
Fine, I'll attack your cat, Hannah.
Please do.
You hate me. This is evil. This is railroading.
Attack the fucked up eyeball monstrosity.
I will attack your eyeball monstrosity.
Thank you.
21 to hit.
Yes, 21 hits.
Okay. Jesus. This poor thing. Chilling on another plane and is brought here to be... That's only 7 damage on the first, but it is magical.
Okay, good to know.
And I will swing again.
Okay.
That one is only an 11.
11 does not hit.
Right.
Malachi's heart really isn't in it.
I hit it once and it makes a cat noise and Malachi goes, oh.
Cool.
It makes that noise that cats make when you step on their tail accidentally.
Do you have anything else, Malachi?
How far is it from the other side of... Is there another door that we could see, did you say?
Yeah, there's another door on the other side of it, and if you close with this thing, you're now like 10 feet from the door.
But if I go by it, will it automatically get an opportunity, or can I make my way around it? Oh, I just hit it. Never mind. I was in melee.
Yeah, you actually would be able to get around it to the door, though, basically because you wouldn't leave its threatened area, because this thing is big. And so it is taking up, like, all that space.
But I'm not going to be picking the lock, although maybe it's not locked. So, I might as well try the door, right? Or should we wait till we kill it first?
Hey, I'm always in favor of loosing a giant beast into a battle.
Okay. You get around, you try the doorknob, the door is locked.
Yeah, okay, cool. But everyone else is still on the other side of the room.
Yeah.
Okay, so they don't have my auras right now.
Correct.
Brutal.
Cool. It is now the beast's turn. Beast, not actually a beast. It is going to go ahead and bite Malachi. So that will be...
Hey!
Ooh, only an 11 to hit, actually. 2 on the dice.
Wow, it misses me!
So it clangs against your armor and then decides that you look like too difficult of a target. And it is going to go sprinting across the room, so you can take an opportunity attack.
I grab for its tail when it tries to run by me.
Okay.
Does a 12 hit?
12 does not hit.
Ah!
It is going to go sprinting across the room at Finn. Finn...
Uh-oh.
What?
Does a... Good God. Okay, I don't suppose a 12 hits.
No, it does not.
Okay, it's okay. It gets another claw attack.
Jeez.
That'll hit. That's a 21 to hit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm too busy moving the fish tank out of the way of its jaws to save myself.
You take 6 slashing damage and an additional 4 force damage, and I need a strength saving throw from you.
Oh dear. 9.
9, okay. This thing leaps across the room toward Finn, sinks its claws into his shoulders, and knocks him prone. And then, because it knocked you prone, it gets an additional bite attack on top of the one it already took.
Ah!
So it will bite you. That is a 28 to hit.
Oh.
And so you take... Oh, I'm so sorry, and it should have advantage. Let me see if it crits. No crit. You take 6 additional piercing damage, and then 3 additional force damage.
Jesus.
As this thing is just tearing into you.
Ugh.
That will be its turn. Regin, that is you.
Oh, boy!
Oh, as you are now within 20 feet of this thing, please, at the top of your turn, give me a wisdom saving throw. As you feel this sharp ringing in your head.
2.
Cool. You, Regin, feel this kind of piercing, ringing sound in your head. Please go ahead and roll a d8 for me.
4.
Cool. On a 4, you are stunned. So you
Awesome.
kind of feel this ringing in your head. And this stun does end at the end of your turn, so you just lose your turn.
Fine by me.
Cool.
No.
Andy, that is Finn's turn.
I turn and see Regin, like, start to act, and for a moment my eyes light up, and then I see him get stunned.
Yeah, Finn, actually, go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw before you do anything.
And time seems to hang in the balance for a long moment, and then I'm like, okay. 18.
Cool, you're good.
Nice.
You feel this same kind of ringing pressing in on your brain, but you manage to push past it.
Oh, please, there's been ringing pressing in on my brain since I was 2.
Wow.
And I want to telepath to the fish, which the tank is now, like, on the floor behind my head. And I'm like, how you doing? How you holding up? You good?
I'm doing okay. Watch out for this guy. He's mean.
Yeah, you know this clown?
Yeah.
You guys friends? What's the dynamic here like?
No, scary.
Okay. Then I don't feel bad about this. And I Eldritch Blast it, point blank.
Cool. I believe you have disadvantage because you're in melee with him and doing a ranged attack.
I understand that's how the rules are, but that makes no goddamn sense whatsoever. I'm not trying to wield a bow here. I'm shooting energy out of my hand.
Yeah, I mean, you make a valid point. At the very least, Nurgle cancels it out to flat on the first one.
Oh, so true.
Also, do you want to stand up from prone? He's not, like, for flavor it's on top of you, but you can stand up.
Oh, yeah, I definitely do then.
Cool.
So it's a dirty 20 on one and a 9 on the other.
20 hits.
7 damage.
Epic.
I do just want to go back to the hit that Hannah rolled on Malachi, where she asked if 12 hit, and then said that's a 12, a 2 on the dice.
Oh, wow.
The creature, as you hit it with your Eldritch Blast, you actually see, Finn, that eyeball that's kind of up behind it flashes, and you see, like, the spell energy that you cast into it, like, goes through its body and up through the tail, and the eye flashes. I need a dexterity saving throw from you.
Good God. 21.
Okay, cool. You manage to leap out of the way as something, like, the same aquamarine energy as your Eldritch Blast shoots out at you from this thing's eye. But you manage to dodge out of the way of it.
This room sucks!
That will be back up to the top.
That will be my bonus action.
You're so true. You're so right.
I summon my tentacle. If I run away from this thing, I'll take an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
I summon my tentacle at its back and have it smack it on the rump.
Okay.
Can you summon your tentacle with an eyeball on the tip of it?
Steal its eyeball for the tentacle.
11.
11 does not hit. I'm sorry.
Okay. And I try to put on a show of looking behind the monster at the tentacle and, like, my eyes going wide, like, whoa, like, oh, there's something back there you should pay attention to, not me.
It does look over its shoulder at the tentacle. Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. That's gonna be Nira's turn.
Can I shout at her to open the door?
Sure.
Well, not shout, but call to her.
Yeah. She will open the door. So she kind of, like, comes out from behind and she, like, looks at you and she's like, you sure that's a good idea?
If it's out there, it's not in here.
Okay. And she will push open the door behind you guys. And then she will...
Try and get that way.
Yeah, try to get it away from me.
Yeah, she's gonna go ahead and go in with her melee weapons. Oh, well, she has to make a wisdom saving throw at this point because it is that close. Oh, she does not pass that wisdom saving throw.
Oh, fuck.
Cool. She is also stunned. I will say she is still able to open the door because she basically has to be, like, she was behind cover, so she sort of, like, opens the door and then steps out, sees this thing, and that's what, it's the being close and seeing it that triggers the wisdom save. But she also loses her turn here, so she is just still kind of standing next to the now open door. That is...
I don't know what I expected.
Nurgle's turn.
Okay, here's what I want Nurgle to do. I want Nurgle to sort of harry at this thing and, like, claw at its tail and such, and just basically just try to, like, turn it around and get it to be running away from me and towards the door.
Okay, the door is behind you.
What?
It's tricky because there's two doors. So there's, like, the door that you guys all came through, which is the one that Nira was standing next to and was able to open, and Regin is also standing next to it, and so is Nira, and so that's the one that's open.
Oh, I thought it was the exit that Nira just opened.
No.
Oh, wow, I've been picturing this whole thing back.
So it's the entrance door that leads back out into the stairwell. So the thing would have to go past you, Nira, and Regin to get out that door.
So Malachi is by the exit.
Malachi is by the exit door, which is locked.
Okay. So what I want Nurgle to do is just go fly over and just sort of like scratch at and harass this thing from behind so that it will turn around and run off in that direction instead of at me.
Cool. Ah!
Go for the eye!
Do you want him to make an actual attack?
I don't care about doing damage. I'm just trying to draw focus.
Okay, cool. I will say he can do that. Okay. That is Malachi's turn.
All right. I guess I will just go after it again, but it doesn't appear to be a fiend, right? Just some weird...
It does not look like a fiend.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I will, like, run at it and try and, like, as I'm running, like, force it in that direction with my attempted attacks.
Okay, cool. Yeah, go ahead and make your attacks.
So that's a 27 to hit.
27 will hit.
Wow. And then a 25 to hit.
Ooh, those both hit.
Nice. Okay, so I'm going to roll my damages. Altogether with both attacks, it's, I think, 21 slashing and magical damage.
Okay, very neat.
Is there anything I can do with my bonus action to try and get it out that door, or not really?
Unless you have an ability. I will let you guys do things that are kind of creative, like, with your resources, but
yeah,
you have to have the resource.
Yeah, nothing right now, actually, I think. But how does it look after that damage? Still look okay?
This thing is pretty hardy. It looks okay, but you guys have made some hits on it, and it has definitely taken the damage, but it's a pretty hardy beast.
Just like me. For legal purposes, that was a joke.
I don't remember how far I was away, so I don't know if I have the movement to do this. But if I had, like, gone past the creature to attack it, would that be possible for me to be standing, like, just outside the door?
That would not put you all the way out of the room because you were clear on the other side of the room. So you are at its 30 feet long, so you just don't have the movement for that. You can be on the other side of it so that now all of you are standing between it and the open door, basically.
Oh, I don't want to be standing between it.
Yeah.
Well,
you could be next to it, or you can be between it and the open door, are your two choices.
All right, then that's it then.
Okay, cool. That will be, oh, that's my bestie. It is going to go ahead, and it is going to bite Malachi and see if it hits again on this one.
Probably will.
Ooh, that is a 22?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So true, bestie.
I'm rolling pretty bad on damage. You take 7
Worsty.
piercing damage and then an additional 4 force damage.
Wow, that's so bad.
It's going to go ahead and make 1 claw attack against you as well. Ooh. Yeah, 23 to hit. So you take...
I need this HP.
Oof. There we go. 11 slashing damage and an additional 4 force damage. And then it will make its 3rd claw attack against Finn. Or its 3rd attack. Its 2nd claw attack.
Oh, come on!
Mal's looking real rough.
Yeah, 25 to hit. So you take 10 slashing and an additional 4 force.
Okay, I'm down.
Okay. Do you want to use your tentacle, which is still hanging out?
Oh my god! Right! Yeah, I use that on the 10 damage.
Cool. It'll have the whole thing because it's all one attack. It's
nice.
just
Nice.
different types of damage. So that was a total of 14 damage, so it just halves to 7.
Okay, so Finn is still up. I have 6 HP.
Nice.
The tentacle blocks some of the strike, and Finn is still conscious, desperately holding his organs inside his ripped-up torso.
Ooh.
Just start emptying them into the fish tank.
Here, you can have mine.
I don't want yours! I like mine!
Regin, that is your turn. Give me a whiz save. This time you have aura.
You probably don't even have a pearl bladder.
What? No, I've got gems.
It's the organ that I'm growing a pearl in gradually over the course of my life.
You only get one?
I don't know.
24.
There you go. Regin, you hear this same kind of ringing in your head, but as this thing is tearing into Malachi and Finn, you manage to push past it. You can take your turn as normal.
All right.
Malachi's on 2 feet, but bleeding profusely.
The fact that I can see that the two of them are fucked the fuck up, slightly outweighs my abject panic. So I'm gonna go ahead and lightning bolt the fucker.
Cool.
Hold on. The fucker is the monster, right?
If you have to ask.
Well, you don't fuck, Finn. You're a
Yeah,
Catholic.
I will say you can aim that so you don't hit your friends.
Okay, good.
I need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yes.
It does have advantage on this saving throw. Yeah, a 19, so it'll only take half of this.
Alright. Retro besties. So it takes half of 23.
Okay. You blast it with this bolt of lightning. You see it shock through the creature's body. And
Oh, wait, no, fuck, this was a bad idea.
once again, you see it going up to the tail. I need a dexterity saving throw from you, Regin. Still with aura.
No spells.
19.
19. Cool. So you manage to leap out of the way as a bolt of your own lightning comes ricocheting back at you and leaves a scorch mark in the wall behind you.
Ah, fuck.
Cool.
Let's try weapons only, boys.
Oh, God.
Oh, first it's all Regin, use your magic. Regin, your magic's a part of you. No.
I love it when you use your magic, Regin, but I don't want it to be used on you.
Regin, do you have a bonus action?
Yeah, I'm gonna rage.
Good for you. Okay,
I'm now out of rages. Unfortunate.
Finn, that is your turn.
I look around. Do I see any, in all these many various jars and little doohickeys sitting around, anything that looks like it would be a potent thrown weapon?
Roll a d20 for me.
There's a brain.
9.
Nothing that seems like it would be super potent.
Okay. All right. I reach up and I grab the spear on my back. And I whisper, I swore an oath that I would never again wield this for necessity, only out of malice. And it's time. And I draw my spear and I stab at the monster.
Awesome.
With one hand still clutching at my organs.
Awesome. Yeah, totally. Go ahead and make a spear attack.
17.
Hits.
Yeah! Is this my first ever spear attack?
I think
It
so.
might be.
Oh, 6 damage.
Ooh. Wow, look at you. Okay. You stab into it, it screeches.
And I telepath to the fish creature. Don't read too much into this.
I'm not reading anything into anything.
Good. Keep it up.
Do you have a
We're gonna get you out of this.
do you have a bonus action?
Man, God, this is the first time I've ever even come close to using up all my tentacle charges.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I gotta. Yeah, so my tentacle, which disappeared when I used it to have the damage before, comes back.
Cool.
And it swings at this monster. 15 to hit?
Hits.
Yeah. 8 damage.
Ooh, good tentacle
Nice.
hit. This thing looks bloodied. You have at this point kind of hit it enough that it is the cuts in it and the magical blasts, which have impacted it. It is sort of bloodied and stumbling around a bit. You guys kind of get the sense that this is a creature that is hunting you, it wants to eat you, but it is beginning to think that you might not be worth it as targets.
Right.
I raise my arms up to make myself appear more of a threat.
Its eyes sort of are darting toward that open door, but you guys do continue to be all standing between it and the open door.
I am not standing between it and the door. I'm standing behind it.
Oh yeah, I will sidestep around so that it
Cool.
has a clear path to the door.
Finn sidesteps around. Awesome. That is your turn.
Be my guest.
That is going to be Nira's turn. She will, first of all, see if she makes this whiz save. Oh! Yeah, with Aura, she makes it.
Nice.
Which is good, because her whiz saves are frankly atrocious. She will... I think she's going to go ahead and get in melee and attack it with her rapier and then with her dagger. Okay, that'll hit. Dagger will miss, but the rapier hits, and she does... 12 damage.
Nice.
And then she's going to go ahead and bonus action disengage and kind of like scoot around this thing over to the other side of the room. Cool. That is going to be Malachi's turn. Well, Nurgle's turn.
I have Nurgle come back to me and prepare to give me advantage on
Sick.
whatever I do next.
Now it's Malachi.
All right. I look at the cat and I gesture towards the door, giving it an opportunity to go if it wishes.
It might on its turn.
All right. And just to encourage it on its way, I will attack again.
Cool.
All right. That is a 16 to hit.
16 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
And the other one is a 26 to hit.
Both hit.
22 total damage.
Cool.
Very nice.
This thing is now looking pretty severely fucked up. It looks around. This is its turn. It sort of like looks around at all of you, and it is going to...
When I finish, I sort of like bring my axe back and point to the door again, like, I'll let you go. Toss a meat muffin out for good measure.
It is going to... Yeah, it's going to bite Malachi.
All right. Nice knowing you.
Yeah, that hits. Is that a... Yeah, 13 piercing damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I, like... Will it run after it bites me?
Yes.
Can I stay on my feet long enough for it to ditch, or will it see me go down and start eating me?
No, it sees you go down. It basically, what I will tell you, it seems like it doesn't trust as you pull your axe back. It bites you, knocks you to the ground, and then sort of like looks around at the other three people kind of still threatening it, and just sort of like backs up and starts to run. Regin, if you would like an opportunity attack, you get one. I will tell you that it does still have 2 more attacks that it has not yet taken, but could potentially still take.
I don't want to.
Cool.
Shut the door behind it.
Good riddance.
It, like, runs past you guys. This very bloodied creature kind of bursts its way out into the stairwell. You sort of, Regin, as the one who's closest to the door, see it look back and forth and then start to head downstairs toward where the sounds of battle are occurring from.
It can even eat the guys we left at the bottom for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, eat those. They were widely disliked, so no one will mind.
No one will care.
We are mostly out of initiative. Regin, you act next. If you would like to do something.
Yeah, I slammed the door shut.
Keep out the devil cat.
Okay.
If there's like a chair around that I can jam under the doorknob or whatever, for good measure.
Yeah, totally. You kind of jam the door shut.
Nice.
Nira will run over and bring Malachi up.
Thank you.
She's gonna go ahead and 2nd level Cure Wounds you. Ooh, nice. I love when I roll good on healing. That is 17 hit points to you, Malachi.
Nice.
As you shut the door, and we are out of initiative, and I think we will go ahead and end the session there, as you guys shut this creature outside and hear it start racing downstairs to go deal with whatever's there. I mean, you have a fish.
Malachi bolts up with his axe in his hands. He's like, is the cat gone?
Yeah, ran out the door to go eat guards, hopefully.
It's gone.
What the fuck was that? I hate it here. I hate it. I hate it.
Big cat monster.
Malachi sort of like unsteadily gets to his feet and like pushes himself up on the table. He's like, Nira, pick that lock now. We need to get out of this room.
Yep, working on it. She will go over and start picking the lock, and that's where we will end our session. We will move on to whatever awaits you next afterward.
Christ.
God. That sucked.
Should we short rest in this room? We don't have time for that.
All right. thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed that, which I hope you did since you made it through the whole episode and presumably through a bunch of episodes before that, you can find us other places on the internet. We are at Ship of Fools Cast on Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram. And you can also find our Patreon at patreon.com/shipoffools, where we have lots of fun bonus content like our exclusive after show where we sit in mud baths and talk about the episode. So, you can find that there. As usual, there are a few people we need to thank. First of all, thank you so much to Lucas Mangold for our beautiful theme music. If you need any music, nautical or otherwise, you can contact him at lucascarlmusic@gmail.com. It is, of course, Carl with a K. And thank you also to Theo Golden for our beautiful logo art. You can find him at tgoldenart on Instagram. And then you can find us back with another episode on March 1st. To kick off your month. And until then, we will see you on the open seas. Bye-bye!
I'm trying to figure out if I command this thing, if it's stupid enough to fail it.
My dad is calling me.
Huh?
Andy's dad is calling him, so take your time and think.
Hey. Good. Yeah. Oh boy. Is there a hint?
See on How to Be a Millionaire, or Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Andy's dad is phoning a friend right now.